Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, where we are in the midst of the first heated class trial, trying to suss out who actually killed Byakuya. Let's begin. That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. No, not necessarily.
Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for two glasses wearers? I am not the killer. Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
Right, we were informed that not even with a stepladder could someone reach the circuit breaker.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
Of course, I mean, I guess she could have done it with her sword, but I think we've pretty well established that the circuit breaker kicked due to all the electronic devices coming on at the same time at 11:30. By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout? Is that really what happened? I don't think so. After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. That's different. If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. So these are statements that we agree with. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? Maybe. Glad there's new mechanics though, that's nice. From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. So we are probably going to have to agree.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
Okay, I don't agree with that.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office.
That's true. Where were you, though?
Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
You not going to explain?
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
All right. So we do have to agree. I'm guessing we've got to agree with Peko. So did we hear a testimony that backs her up that she wasn't in the office before the blackout?
Since Peko was in the office,
Teru,
she could have caused the blackout at any time.
Chiaki, and
That's
Nekomaru.
impossible.
Can we check out those? Okay, I'm guessing this is what it was. We're trying to say that Peko had herself locked in the bathroom the whole time, even though every time we knocked, no one answered. And she definitely wasn't in there before the party started because she was with us. But this is the only thing that makes any sense whatsoever, so we need to agree with her with Nekomaru's account.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
Okay, apparently that's exactly what it was.
No, I think Peko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
No, that's not our MO, that's yours. I think you're projecting, Kazuichi.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
Right. I mean, I understand that this was what we're supposed to do. I don't think that this qualifies as a concrete alibi. We still have no proof that that was her in the bathroom. She never answered. But if that's what the game wants to do, that's fine.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started.
No, you said someone was in there from before the party started until after the blackout, which is not what you're saying now.
And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Which I guess he didn't check on it during the time that Peko was with us. So, sure.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Peko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
No, she was there too, and then she left.
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko.
I guess that would be true.
Are you embarrassed about it? You need to get over that. Your life and all of ours is at stake.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you are so insensitive.
We need to set aside sensitivity in dangerous situations like this.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit.
Okay, I don't know what your obsession is with fecal matter, but it is amusing.
Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
I'm glad you're amused.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
I would like to hear you confirm that that is what you're saying, and not just let everyone argue for you.
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
I said it's fine.
Okay, she seems to be embarrassed. I guess I'll accept that, even though I don't think it was proven to my satisfaction.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
Why don't we make a rule that you can't speak unless spoken to, Teru Teru?
Seriously, stop it.
Thank you.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
Have you got some information to add here, Fuyuhiko?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Did she eat anything?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I mean, that's entirely possible, except I think we've pretty well proven that it was all the electronic devices coming on, as I've said, that tripped the breaker.
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Peko's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could drastically change. I don't know that we have any evidence to prove that either way. Apparently we do. Knife, AC, night vision, embarrassing pose. Party dishes? It would have to have been in the party dishes, right?
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that.
Right, but then everyone else would have eaten them at the same
Laxatives would
time.
ruin the taste.
Right, he couldn't have. She chose the food herself. So he couldn't have targeted her specifically by doing that. Whether Pecco's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. We need to clarify that first.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it,
I mean, this proves our point about what caused
you
the
brought
thing,
food to the
but
office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
I guess party dishes is what we need to shoot?
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Probably at his,
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I
because
wouldn't do anything like
if we
that.
shoot it at Teru, then we're refuting his, but I think
Laxatives
we're
would ruin the
agreeing
taste.
with him, so we'll go through this one more time. Sorry, I'm just thinking this through.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating. Now that you mention, you brought food to the office.
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you?
Right, they
No,
were
that's wrong.
they were for everyone. Those where she got her food from, so everyone would have eaten laxatives if that was the case.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
Right.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Right, I did forget that she was the only other one that ate anything.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
I don't think that's worth apologizing for. He is trying to help, even though he didn't with the actual investigation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Okay, that's an overreaction.
Cease this bickering.
Thank you.
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
So rude.
Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how that blackout occurred. Now, finally, we get to assert our evidence. Okay, the irons. It has to be the irons, because the timer isn't on there.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Oh, we're agreeing.
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker.
That's true.
They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
No.
Or maybe they caused a power surge?
Yes.
I agree with that.
It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Irons turned on and then 2 air conditioners set to both cut on at exactly 11:30.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Oh, we gotta argue with you now?
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
Go ahead.
What the heck?
As long as it's not about bodily functions.
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
Why? AC timer is almost certainly what we have to use because it supports our assertion.
If the irons in the storage room caused the blackout, then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the storage room? Then that means everyone who was in the dining hall when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
No.
Just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause... If the irons caused the blackout, then the
Oh,
killer
I was
had to
supposed
go
to
the
cut
storage
that.
room before
I need to get used to that. I
and
get
turn on the
into
iron.
just slashing. Darn it.
Damn it!
I'll get it.
If the irons in the storage room caused the black, then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the storage? Then that means everyone who was in the when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to... If the irons caused the
There we go.
blackout...
Allow me to cut through those words.
With my sword of logic.
The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
Uh-huh.
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham Hands died around that time too!
That's when the blackout occurred.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout.
Yes.
I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Well, I'm glad that we could help you to understand.
Indubitably?
And that worries you, Sonia? But I'm glad we could finally assert that so everyone can stop arguing about what tripped the breaker.
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
Yeah, certainly smacks of very, very heavy premeditation.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
You like that word, do you, Sonia?
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Not enough backups.
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet!
I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time, and maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach.
Which is very unusual.
Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
If we don't, we're all dead. And then our troubles are over, I suppose.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
That was a little weird, wasn't it, that statement?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all.
Well, I'm glad you're optimistic, but the music is in direct contradiction to what you're saying.
In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
It'd certainly be nice if that was actually the case.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Now he's saying that there is and that we will defeat them. Guess we've convinced him?
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident.
Sure.
For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right?
I feel like that little exchange and the weird ominous music was important somehow, but I'm not sure how.
Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building.
That's true, but I don't think we saw them the first time we explored the storage room.
What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
Even Byakuya himself. If he had set it up and then it just all backfired on him.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Well, we have. We've proven what actually caused the blackout. Now we just need to get to the more important aspects of this whole thing.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
Uh-huh, so you're wishy-washy.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point.
Give up and die?
Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
No. I'm going to give you a big fat hell no.
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Unfortunately, I said that as jest, but I think that's exactly what he's saying.
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I'm beginning to be thoroughly convinced that this is not actually Makoto.
Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already!
I want to go home and eat candy!
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Except that happens all the time. Most murder victims are between close friends or family.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already.
Uh-huh.
There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
Why don't we have you join Teru Teru in the don't speak unless you're spoken to chair over there?
That's wrong.
All right, Chiaki.
I think.
Okay. So you're not sure?
Did you say something?
'Cause we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
Well, I have suspicions because of the fact that we think the murder weapon, which is not proven. Anyway, go ahead, Chiaki.
A clue, you say?
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Okay, I think we're going down the wrong path here, but...
Didn't we already cover that? They use glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
How they were able to get it into the building in the first place? Okay, so this looks like it may be telling us why that lamp was significant, as the game hinted at. Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they needed to get close to the table while it was still dark and lift up the tablecloth.
Let's try examining the situation. Mahiru's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Except I'm pretty well convinced that the murderer was underneath the floor. Right? Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. That's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Am I wrong? I mean, the lamp cord?
Here!
Okay.
The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
How? I mean, I know I chose correctly, but I don't understand why it was correct.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or
They
something.
followed the cord?
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course there's no way they used the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the power cord?
I can prove it with this.
I'm still confused.
They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
So we're saying it's Nagito? Because he was the closest to the cord, wasn't he?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right?
This has got to be a red herring, right?
By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table, then use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Nagito.
Who?
Why are you so sweaty, Teru Teru? You've been sweaty this whole time. The only person here who could have possibly done it. But the knife wasn't the murder weapon. You can tell by the way the blood is on it. I'm absolutely certain Nagito may have been the one who actually planted the knife and went after it, but it's not the murder weapon.
You're the only one!
Unless I'm just absolutely wrong.
Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
So, were you also the one that set up the AC to go off? Are you an accomplice to the actual murderer, or am I just flat out wrong and you are the murderer?
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Because he was the one cleaning all by himself. Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was when he was cleaning.
I see!
Maybe he is the killer.
Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
He was the one who held the straws that we drew.
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
It does?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
Right. So that was the ominous music.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya.
He certainly seems like we've got him cornered.
Nagito, say something!
Alright, his mind just snapped. Yeah, this is not Makoto, unless Makoto has undergone some big psychological things since the last time we saw him.
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! Ah, how wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Huh?
Those eyes. At that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started.
Okay, so it wasn't Byakuya. He was chasing after Nagito.
I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
More than a little.
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, you all saw how that played out. But with the twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery.
No. There's a hole in your story. The murder weapon was only 5 millimeters in diameter. It was definitely not the knife. You know, even if the blood thing is just a fluke of the game design, the knife is definitely not the murder weapon, and you have not told us what you used to kill him. You're claiming it's the knife. You're lying, and I don't know why you're lying.
Byakuya performed admirably.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Me? Lie? That's outrageous! I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless.
Sorry, didn't mean to skip that.
I'm too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope. I'm too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
So your plan is to just do everything wrong?
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
Maybe? I was pinning that on Hiyoko myself.
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
What?
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
Yeah. This guy, is he... Is he the real Nagito? I don't know what's going on.
Hey, Nagito. If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Probably.
Yep, I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
He was also the one that made sure we went to Byakuya's cabin and found the letter, so...
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first
to
place?
set all this up.
I think, somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
Yeah, he set everything up just the way he wanted it. I'm still not convinced he's the killer. Or if he is, he's just hiding what the actual murder weapon is, because it's definitely not the knife.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
And also, another point against Nagito being the actual killer at this point is, why did he not have any blood at all on him? As much blood as there was, it even sprayed onto the tablecloth. But none got on Nagito?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Yeah, we're missing something here. He may be trying to protect an accomplice.
Oh, I get it. If Peko was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions, it was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
Yes, do tell.
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
Oh, you're the ultimate lucky student? So you consider it lucky?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
He seems so happy when he downs himself, doesn't he? Yeah.
I see!
You're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know? At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty, just like I wanted.
Sorry I'm being a little bit quiet right now. I'm just trying to think through all the possibilities. There's some things that are wrong with this story, as I've said. I'm just trying to work out what we're going to have to do to cut through all the bullshit.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed? Oh, the despair it brings.
Are you the traitor?
It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
It's fine. Let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this psycho.
No, I think if we vote him as the Blackened, we're all going to die.
Please! Monokuma!
Please, wait!
Yep, McCann can prove that he's not the killer, or at least the knife isn't the murder weapon.
Huh? The fuck?
How should I put this?
Just spit it out. It's very easy to say.
Is Nagito really the killer?
I don't know if he's really the killer or not, but the knife is not the murder weapon.
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange. If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke.
You're not helping.
I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
Yes, please, let's do.
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
From this point on, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. I was wondering when that was going to start. Your truth bullets will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. Please time your truth bullets just right so they won't get interrupted by the white noise. By the way, if the difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In that case, all it means is this explanation didn't mean anything at all. It had no meaning whatsoever. Oh, please don't worry, I'm not going to fall into despair. Even though it's meaningless, allow me to say one more thing. In this debate, you won't be able to shoot down the white noise. That will be explained later, okay? So we just have to avoid it. If you press the start button during these arguments, why is it switched to controller controls all of a sudden? Well then, good luck and have fun. What are our truth bullets this time? And are we refuting or agreeing? The autopsy results are almost certainly the right bullet.
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
No.
He has already confessed.
You know...
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it.
Come on, McCann, spit it out.
He killed Byakuya with the knife he hit.
No, that's it.
Oh,
Oh god, I missed. Should have slowed it down. Alright.
Thanks for wasting our time, skanky bitch!
Hyoko.
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
No, we got it. I just missed. Let's get this.
I think it's strange.
The killer is so obvious.
He has already...
That bastard Nagi, he killed Byakuya
Nope.
with the knife he hit.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Mikon?
It's definitely not, because it is not 5 millimeters in diameter.
The hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But, based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
More in line with a meat skewer, wouldn't you say?
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse.
Whoa, whoa! Let's calm down. No human trafficking's going to go on here today, Fuyahiko.
Not a whorehouse!
Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Mikon? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
I feel like Nagito is trying to get us all killed.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Because he said it was better to die trusting your friends than to live doubting them. I think that's the purpose of all of this. I do indeed think he did plant the knife and was going for it, but I don't think he actually killed Byakuya.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikan's the one who said it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Probably.
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Interesting.
Who knows?
Spit it out. Come on.
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off.
What happened during the blackout?
Yeah, you should have some idea. You've got the really good ears, right?
If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Palm, meat face.
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Everyone's.
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight.
Well, not without night vision goggles or some other infrared device, but we can get a good idea of what went on by noises that happened.
Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me?
Yeah, your self-deprecating ruse is not fooling anyone anymore.
No, that's not it.
Not it? What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight. No, that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. Ibuki's account? Pitch black. Okay, Byakuya, what the hell? What's going on here? That's when he saw... Yep, that's when he saw Nagito. Nagito yelled ow, so Byakuya must have struck him. This is it.
I can prove it with this. Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
For reals?
Yes, for reals. Don't act so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this.
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
And that's when he found the knife.
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on. I can't eat like this, you know.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck.
No, I think you're talking about yourself there, Hyoko.
You've cut me deep with your knife of truth. However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark...
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It almost sounds like Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Well, that's actually what happened. As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
Mm-hmm.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
Right, so you didn't stab him. So Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife? And he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it? Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I could interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, that sounds like exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint, and I didn't even know where the power cord was.
So, we're probably still correct then in our assumption that it was the skewer that's the murder weapon, and it was wielded from beneath the floorboards.
Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know.
You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Nope, he was just trying to get us all to vote for him and get everyone killed except for the actual killer, who would then be free to leave the island.
Then we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth.
Because Nagito is an asshole.
Meaninglessness. What other word is brimming with so much despair? But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward.
All right, Crazy Eyes.
Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not. Is this guy really the Nagito I knew before? Either he's snapped or was just a really good actor, because I certainly thought he was actually Makoto until now. No, there's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him, but this whole time, I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now's not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible. Because if we don't, we will die here. Ooh, suspended.
Well now.
The class trial has reached its climax, but... Okay, here's a question for you. What's this? To those of you who figured out who it is, how about you try the Guess the Killer challenge? I haven't figured out who it is. Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their save data melt away like butter. But if you guess right, I'll reward you with $10 billion. 10 billion? Of course, for those of you who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue on.
Now then, what are you gonna do?
Oh, really? So if we do this and guess wrong, our save data is gone? And we still got controller controls. Or is that actually the letter B? I'm going to continue on because I'm not sure who it is. Okay, thank you. There's no way you'd be able to guess who the killer is.
And of course, there's no $10 billion either.
Right.
You're so evil.
Villain, you truly are a villain. I love these little vignettes that Monokuma does. Yes, I think we will save our current progress, and I also think that's probably a good place to end this video. We will pick up and hopefully finish the class trial. No promises. but hopefully in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, let me know in the comments, and by leaving a like, and of course subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.